Well, I got a bit of a project going here. I loaded up some of these 30-30 with that 150 grain cast bullet from that Lee mold. Loaded them with 30-31, relatively late mold load, but it'd be a good way to test the velocity in my marlin. Now, by the book, these should be real close to 1600, which is kind of the maximum speed you want to run in a micro groove. But no, they're rated on a 20-inch barrel. I got a longer barrel, so it might make a difference. But I'll see. I'll experiment with them. But part of this experiment, I figured, well, I'll try them in a regular 94 Winchester. Now, this is one that I see a lot of these. You know, the gun shops are full of these. They're the old 94s, but they're the post 64. This one was made in 77. It belongs to my brother. Now, he bought it new, but this thing hasn't been shot for years. And, you know, they've got that odd alloy on the receiver. And she's seen a little neglect. You know, there isn't much in the way of bluing left on it. Though this I think could probably get bluing back on. But those receivers with that alloy, I've seen they get really botched up when people try to re-blue them. And this one is particularly rusted down here. Probably really hasn't had more than maybe 3 or 4 boxes of shells run through it in all the time he's owned it. But it has been sitting neglected for quite some time. So before I do anything with it, I want to have to tear it down and clean it up the best I can and put some oil on it, because I'm sure it hadn't seen oil for a while. This looks particularly bad, but I think a little oil, a little steel wool, I can get rid of the rust. But like I say, bluing, that's another matter. You know, that alloy just doesn't really take a blue. You know, these were common. I know when he bought it, he paid under 100 for it. You know, so they were a cheap gun at the time. Now I see these, even in this condition. Well, the rust makes it look bad, but if you clean that rust off, because I see them all the time for like 500. And that's why I've never bought one. You know, and they've got that finish on them that chips off. And she's got a few gouges in her. But I'm not going to monkey with that. I just want to make it safe to shoot and preserve it as best I can. You know, he's got other guns. He doesn't use this one anymore. A lot of these get tucked away and just forgotten about. I actually hadn't seen this for quite a few years. It's missing the sight elevator, which is a common thing on these 94s, because a lot of them won't shoot to the point of aim unless you take the elevator out completely, and then you lose them. So I'll have to see where it hits, and then if I need to, I can order in an elevator. But she's gonna take a little work. Got some serious rusting going on. But she functions, but she is dry as a bone. But I'm not shooting high pressure loads. You know, these, like I say, are pretty mild. But I want to be able to do some testing with it. Before I do, I want to look her over and get some oil in her. So it's a project before I can start the project I'm really interested in. But these are so ungodly common. You know, I know the one gun shop I was in, there had to be like 8 of these in various states of disrepair. Because at one time they were a cheap gun, so everybody bought them. But and since they didn't have a lot of money tied up in them, they didn't take too good a care of them. but I can bring her back to a certain extent and do a little testing with it.